Hey, book babes. Welcome back to Two Girls, One TBR. Your chaotic book besties here to wreck your reading list one morally gray man at a time. And hey, while I have you here, before we get going, please go over to our YouTube. We are chasing 100 subscribers. Please go over there and subscribe, like, all that fun stuff. Also on Spotify, all the platforms that we are on, because it helps keep the chaos coming. And I'm here today for the last day for a while with my very sweet Chelsea.
Yes, I'm going to be taking a little break over the summer to be with the boys, but I'll still be on Instagram over at Chelsea and Chapters. You can follow along.
Oh, yes, because you are a busy lady
Very
right
busy.
now.
Well, just in the kids are still young, so it's hard. They want my attention all the time, so I have to say goodbye to a couple things for a little bit.
Sometimes you have to do that kind of thing.
Yeah, but
I have the fortunateness, I'm with my kids 24/7, so I'm
Mhm.
not ever away from them, so I think they may get tired of me. So that's probably why they allow me to have this time.
Yeah, this is
You
this is
know?
your time to get away, your adult time, and you'll still be here.
Yeah.
You said you've talked to a bunch of new people that are going to come on, which
Yes.
is awesome. Going to bring a fresh perspective from the book
Yes.
community, so that's good. Yeah.
Now Heather, of course, Heather will still be here. And then we have two new permanent co-hosts that are just the same thing as like Chelsea and Heather. But you'll be meeting them in July. And then there are several bonus chapter besties that are more like the rotating type of hosts. And one girl in particular, she is going to be helping me with the ACOTAR miniseries. So,
Oh, cool.
yes, I'm quite
That's
excited.
awesome.
And I
Yeah.
have plans. I would love to be doing some Instagram lives and some TikTok lives and do ACOTAR since we are getting and counting down the days now. We're getting closer to book 6 and see if any of these theories will hold validity.
Yeah.
I just,
I'm so excited to see like if we're all wrong, if
yes.
any of us are right, just just all of it. It's so funny because we could literally tear apart every sentence in her book and like create a theory off of it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I'm very excited to see if all the thoughts that we were all having, where is she going? Or is it going to be something that's going to completely, that no one saw coming, which is always possible
Yeah.
as well. But I have a lot of
Yeah.
questions, Sarah. I have a lot of questions you need to answer in these books, especially The Pool of Moonlight. Why is that in Springcourt? Why?
I know. That one is very interesting to me still. And I feel like I feel like if it were important to Tamlin, he maybe wouldn't have taken Feyre there.
It makes no sense. That's
Yeah.
a night. That is a very, at least to me, that's a night court thing. Why is it in spring court? It doesn't make sense. And I think that's a very deliberate thing that she did because I don't think she just would have made that. It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So what?
Unless she literally just threw it in there to be like a foreshadowing type thing. I don't know.
It's possible. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have my theories,
Mhm.
but will my theories be right?
Yeah.
Who knows? I'm still leaning towards, I still think possibly that Tamlin has fathered a lot of children that we just didn't know about. I think possibly Gwen. And
Yeah.
yes, Gwen would have been, Gwen would, I think he is the father of Gwen.
Uh,
And I think it's very possible that somebody from Crescent City could be his child as well.
somebody from Crescent City too?
Because I think this is where the Pool of Moonlight comes in.
Huh.
Because I think somebody who will remain nameless isn't dead. And I think they were in love with said Tamlin. There was love. And because I think he knew the bad stuff was coming. And I think in the spring court, they say there's misty areas in the spring court, which, as you know, is a area where portals, that kind of thing can happen. And I think somebody went somewhere to Midgard from that portal and had a child over there, but not the redheaded one. A different
Not
one
Lucian. Okay. Oh. Okay, yes. Yeah.
and it's the one that I love so much from Crescent City.
Okay.
That's my theory.
Interesting. Very interesting. Okay.
Because that is why this particular person looks like somebody from the Night Court, because that is a relation.
All right.
We'll see.
Interesting.
And I have been searching and stuff that like things that people have been saying in recent times. And there's been some interesting theories out there,
Yeah.
even more than what you and I have talked about.
Yeah. There's a lot. I feel like my algorithm right now is all off campus, but for a while there, everything was ACOTAR theory. So, and I feel like there was a new one every other day. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. So now, what are you currently reading? Have you started anything new since we talked just yesterday?
No, because I'm still doing my beta read. I want to try to do that before I start anything new.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a little break from my Kindle Unlimited too, because I've been paying for that, but I haven't had time to like read anything off of there, and
Yeah.
I'm just paying for it. So I took that off for a bit, and then that also helps me like stay on track of this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, for now I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna keep listening to that Blood and Ash book.
Did you listen to it anymore yesterday?
No. Um I mean, a little bit when I was driving, not a lot. And it's good. Like I do like his point of view better. It's a little bit easier to listen to. Um but once I get, because I think it's just a half, because a lot of the graphic audio there, because of all the extra sound effects and everything, they're cut in halves. So if it's only a half, that's it. I'm done after
Yeah.
that. I'm not gonna buy the second half of it, because I'm over it. I'm ready to move on to something else.
Is that series ongoing still, or is it
I feel like it
finished?
is. Well, it's like so. I need to look it up, because there's like gods in it, and so like all of the titles are very similar. So it's like From Flesh and Fire or something, and that's like a whole series. And then it's
Mm-hmm.
Blood and Ash, and that's like a series, but they're all kind of like connected to each other.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I'm so lost, because there's basically like a pre-series that I haven't read, and that's the one that Heather was saying was like very much the same, like the repetitiveness and all
Mm-hmm.
that. So I'm done.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm
I
done
don't
with that.
I don't have an interest in reading that series. I mean, again, not
Yeah.
to yuck anybody's yelps. I know there's a lot of
No,
people out
I'm
there that loves it,
sure.
but
Yeah.
that's not my thing either. I don't want
Yeah.
to be on a repetition course.
And the more that I think about it, like it is actually very genius the way that she did it. I'm not saying it wasn't like poorly
Mm,
written, because it's very beautifully like set up. The world that she created is very deep.
hmm
And she has a lot of like, I mean, I wouldn't say like Easter eggs, but like this thing happens and then this thing happens. Like it's very well
It's well
thought
put
out.
together.
Yes,
It's
it's
well put
very well put
together.
together. But when you're listening to like a certain point of view, so like the female main character's point of view, she's just so like, she doesn't know anything that's happening. And so you're just so stuck in her point of view for like 5 books or 4
Yeah.
books, where it's like she doesn't know anything and she's learning everything for the first time, and you get to the point where you're like, I need to know what's happening. Like I'm so
Yeah.
tired of being in her head. So that's all. It's more of just like a preference thing. Not that it was badly written, but
It's just
I
not your
know.
vibe.
Yeah, it's just not my vibe. And I do love her. Like she's an awesome female main character. Because she's like badass and she can fight and all that. But I just like was in her head for too long. And it also could be that the audio, maybe I wasn't clicking with the audio.
That could be
Because that could be it. Maybe I would have enjoyed it more had I read it, you know.
like a physical copy of it in your
Mhm.
hand.
Yeah.
Maybe
So
so.
there's all those factors. So definitely not yucking anybody's
Yeah.
yum, but
Yeah.
it didn't hit for me, unfortunately.
What do you think you're going to read next then? Once you're done with this,
Um,
what's on the agenda?
I would like to read The Ever Queen, because I finished The Ever
Okay.
King. So I want to get to that. And then I have so much. I have so many things.
I know the
Um,
feeling.
yeah.
Mm. Right now, like I'm reading The Kingdoms of Silent Sorrows from A.G. Harris.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Oh, I
I
want to read that too.
it, it
Yeah.
again, it is amazing. I really like how she writes, because at first I was a little confused because I'm like, boy, this chapter is really long, but I didn't realize that's not a chapter. That's the what is it? The
Prologue.
preamble. prologue. There you go. That
Mhm.
beginning part. And I was like, oh, okay, that makes sense. That's like 50 some pages, but you need that for context. You
Yeah.
need to understand what happened before
Mhm.
until you get to the beginning of it. But it is very good. And I'm super excited for this series to continue. And I love her artwork.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
And it's good
But
to know that 2 and 3 are like right behind. So that kind of helps move it up on the TBR.
yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I don't know. After that, I mean, I have a lot of things planned in my mind because there's so much coming out, over the next few months.
Yeah.
Because I want to read, just like you were saying, I want to read The Ever King, The Ever Queen, The
Mhm.
Mist Thief, because Stolen Crown comes out the beginning of October.
Yeah.
I want to get those. I would love to get those read. I'm super excited about Bedeviled.
Mhm.
But that's the conclusion to that series. That's in August.
Mhm.
I mean, there's just so many good books coming out. And then
Yeah.
there's so many, I'm starting new series because Raven Kennedy has her new duology. And I'm excited. That's in September. Vasmora comes out in September, and that's the conclusion. It's either September or October. I can't remember, of the Eating Woods trilogy. And it's so good. I can't,
Yeah.
I have a lot on my plate, and yet
Yeah.
there's all these lovely books still on my
I
bookcase, and
know.
I haven't read them yet.
I know. And speaking of Laura Thalassa, I have her like that whole series, but I haven't even started that yet. So I am kind of glad at least I've contributed to the series to make
Yes.
sure that the last one comes out, but I haven't gotten to them yet.
Well, I
Because like you
believe
were saying, the pre-orders are important. It's important for us to buy the first
yes,
books. That way we get the second and third and fourth, whatever. But
absolutely.
yeah.
Pre-orders are extremely important for all authors, especially indie authors. That is something very, very important, and it shows, their whoever's publishing them that are doing it, to put them in different bookstores. And indie bookstores see those numbers and are like, okay, yes, we'll carry your book,
Mhm.
that kind of thing. So that is very important for all authors. So now after her Bewitched series here, once all those, with Bedeviled concludes,
Mhm.
uh, I'm hoping she's doing, because she had said something back in her newsletter back in, I believe it was in February, that she might be dipping her toe back into the world from the Bargainer.
Ah.
And I'm super excited because the way it ended, I'm not saying it was everything tied up nice.
Mhm.
That was nice, but I have questions. I want to know what happened. I
Okay.
want to
Yeah.
see where this goes, if
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah. You want more.
So I want more.
Yeah.
Next, see, now people are kind of very polarizing a little bit with the Bargainer series, because when you read Rhapsodic, of course, Desmond Flynn is very ancient. And Calypso, Callie, she's only 16. But in the magical world,
Mhm.
16 is adult.
Yeah.
But they don't have anything happen like in that respect between them
Mhm.
until she's in her 20s. But it's just, and then like some people are like, well, he was grooming her and all that. It's not that.
Okay,
It's
well,
not, it's
Edward and
different.
Bella,
Yeah. It's that same kind of thing.
it's just like
They loved each other. He
Yeah.
loved her. That kind of thing.
it is what
It's
it is
love.
at this point. It's a fantasy book.
It's not like in our real existence of our world where some creepy guy that's in his
Yeah.
30s wants a
Now,
16-year-old girl.
had I
This
been
is
reading
different.
had I been reading it when I was 16, I'd been like, "Hell yeah." So it's just us older people that are upset about it.
Because we're looking at it from different perspective.
Yeah, we're
kind of
looking
thing.
at it from a protector view instead of
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Wait. Oh, I told you, because I got married when I was 18, and
Yeah.
my first husband was 10 years older than me. And now I look back at it with very different eyes. And would
Right.
I let my daughter? Absolutely not.
I mean, but that's always the thing too, right? Is that like you would have been like, no, 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 that's not happening. And she would have been like, yes, it is.
Oh, I look.
So
I was so young and stupid then. So you
yeah,
think you know?
we all go through it.
Mm. Well, I would say he was my stepping stone,
Yeah,
because
that's
I
right.
had to do that to get to where I am today.
Unfortunately,
Because unfortunately, yes, that's
yeah.
sometimes we have to kiss. What is it? They say you have to kiss a lot of toads before you find your
Yes,
prince.
that's right.
So that was a toad.
Hmm.
Ah. Oh Lord. Oh, also, Now, if you guys, before we bring our guest on, if you go over to our Instagram, onto our highlights, we have our sips. The drink for today is the Shadow Crown Cocktail.
Cute.
So it's a cute name. Again, one of these days, we're going to make some of these.
Yeah.
I
Maybe
have
I'll
to
have
get-
time now that I'm not, I'll be, just listening to the podcast instead of participating. Maybe I can make one of the drinks
Oh,
that y'all are
yes.
bringing on. Yeah.
Oh, and you have to get some glitter.
Yes, I do need that Amazon cart in my saved for later.
Amazon they have edible glitter for your drinks, and
Mhm.
it's all different colors, like 20 some different colors. And it's a bestseller. It's like, I think each color is like $7.99 or $9.99, something like that. I need
I
to
need
get
it.
some because it
Yeah.
feels magical. And put it in my fancy wine glasses that I bought because we've been antiquing. And and I just realized, like for how many years you're married,
Mhm.
it's supposed to be something,
Yeah.
like 1 year it's like at the beginning it's like paper. You know what I'm
Wood.
talking about?
Yeah.
Yes, because I'll be married 15. 15 is crystal.
Oh,
So I've been buying crystal pieces. So there
there
you
you
go.
go. Happy anniversary to you guys. When is that? When is your actual anniversary?
September.
Oh,
September
okay.
23rd. We'll be married
Yeah.
15 years,
Oh,
but we'll be together in July 17 years.
okay.
It doesn't even
Yeah.
feel like that. It feels
Yeah.
like we've only been together a few years, but yet my son he's a testament to it. He's going to be 16
Yeah.
this year, but yet
That's
it
funny.
doesn't feel like it.
My husband and I, yeah, because we met when we were 19. So we've been together 16 years. It's weird. Like we've been together almost longer than we haven't.
Isn't that
We're getting
weird?
pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I told him like because when I was married the first time, I was married almost 11 years at that point. So once we hit over that amount of years, I'm like, I've been married to you longer
Yeah.
than anybody.
Yeah.
But that's a big chunk of our lives,
It is.
Now,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think back to like my parents when they got married. My mom was 18 or 19 and my dad was like 21 and they were married all those years.
Yeah.
That is such a tremendous amount of time.
Yeah.
Because when my dad passed away, he was 88. So they would have been married 60 some years.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
I hope we can get to that, but I think we would be quite old because
Yeah.
I was 31 when we got married this time. So to hit those kind of marks, I'm going to have to be
Yeah.
quite an elderly, ancient old lady. But by that point, who knows what modern medicine will do? We might be old vetches in the nursing home together.
Yeah. Yeah. My grandparents they hit 50 years.
Mhm.
So yeah, it would have been a lot longer had my grandpa not passed. But
Yeah.
I'm still kicking myself. I missed their 50th anniversary party.
Now, do
I'm
they
so
still
sad.
do this? Or because I remember my grandparents, and when they were like 50 years or 60 years, something like that. I remember they got some type of letter or something from like the president. And I remember them getting something, but I don't know if this is something maybe you had to petition for or ask for it or something.
Yeah, I'm
But
sure
I
it's something
remember,
that that you send in and then yeah.
and I remember they got something because, mind you, this would have
That's
been, I think for
cute.
them, it would have been maybe Ronald Reagan because I was little, I'm going to
Yeah.
say, or maybe George Bush, the first one, because it might have been the 80s, early 90s.
Uh-huh.
But I remember them talking about it when
Yeah.
it was there, when they were there. It was something,
Hmm.
but I don't remember. But everybody else in my mom's family, I
Yeah.
remember like my aunts and that, all when they had their 25-year anniversary, they renewed their vows, and my mom refused to do that.
Yeah. Okay, so this says I Googled it. You
Oh,
can
can you do it?
you can request an official greeting from the president for a 50th wedding anniversary through the White House Greetings Office or your local congressional representative's office. How cute is that? And you can do it
Oh,
online now, which they probably couldn't do back in the day.
oh no,
So,
no. Mm-mm. The internet didn't
and
exist then.
how cute if somebody knew that, like for them and just did it for them without them asking, you know?
Mm-hmm. Because I don't think it
Oh,
wasn't my grandparents who did it either. I think it was one of their kids did it for them.
there's more actually. So you can also do it for the birth of a child, birthday, condolences, Eagle Scout, Girl Scout Gold Award, graduation, spiritual milestone, retirement, wedding, or wedding anniversary.
I didn't know it did all that.
That is so cool.
Well, that
How
is neat, though.
fun. Yeah, that's really sweet.
I remember they had it, and I remember it was now, in my grandparents' house, it never changed. My
Yeah.
entire life, I don't think any pieces of furniture ever moved in that house. It was always the exact same thing. And
Yeah.
my grandpa had his chair, because there was the living room, and of course, that was a time where they had the televisions that were the big console TVs that sat on the floor.
Uh-huh.
It was difficult when they went to a different kind of TV. My grandpa didn't like it, but he had a chair, and then right behind him was the china closet, and that's where they kept everything. And it was like all
Yeah.
the old their papers. My grandma did. I mean, she had her china and stuff in it, but it was
Uh-huh.
full of all kinds of stuff. And then she had her Bulova watch, the brand Bulova.
Yeah.
She had her watch in there. My grandpa would get it out every now and then, and he would wind it up. And then, now mind you, there was 9 grandchildren in my family, and I was the youngest girl. But my grandpa, he had a pocket watch. Now, this wasn't exactly an expensive pocket watch. It wasn't like, any of that kind of stuff. But he would always wind it up with me, and he always would tell me when he died that it was mine. And so when he passed away, my aunt, that day, she got it out and she gave it to me. So I
Oh,
have my
good.
grandpa's his pocket watch.
Good.
Mm,
Yeah.
and he's been gone since 1997.
Oh.
I was 17, and then I was 23 or 24 when my gram died. So I haven't had grandparents since I was that age. All my
Yeah.
grandparents were gone.
Yeah.
Because I came late in everybody's life.
Yeah.
So
It's
everybody was
hard.
older.
Yeah. Yeah. We had my grandma passed when I was 19 or 20. My grandpa
Mm,
passed around like just a couple of years after, but that was on my other side.
hmm
And then we still
Yeah,
have my one grandma. She's
you're
still
very
alive.
lucky.
She's yeah. It's funny though. She's my grandma that is how do I describe her? She goes on dating websites.
Oh, she's feisty.
Yeah,
Oh, I like it.
she sees a lot of unsolicited dong pics. And then tells us about them. It's quite funny, but it's
Now,
also like,
is this your grandma that was from England?
yes,
Oh, okay.
yeah, yeah. So
That is my spirit animal. Oh my
yeah,
God, that's hilarious.
she is still very spirited,
Well,
very
how old is she?
she's in her 80s.
Hey, I
Yeah,
give her
but she's
credit.
like, yeah, you would not know that she's in her 80s when you look at her. So it's
She's
pretty funny.
spry, and
Yes,
obviously
yeah,
so, since she's on the
yeah.
dating sites.
She had us cracking up. So on her birthday a couple years ago, because she lives down in San Diego,
Yeah.
we went down there and she was telling us the story about one of them, how so these guys get on like FaceTime with her and he gets on the screen with it out
Wow. Yeah, because
and
men are like monkeys. It doesn't matter what
yes.
age they are; they want to show it off.
Yeah, but I wish I would have recorded her telling this story because it was so freaking funny. And she said she got on there and she told him, you would break me in half with that thing," and then she like clicked disconnect right after.
No. Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
That's interesting that he decided that was how he was like. But was he older
Uh-huh.
as well?
I don't know because I think she does talk to like some younger. Well, no, I wouldn't say younger, but probably like in their 50s, 60s. Um,
Still.
yeah,
Well,
but
they say.
and he was that impressive. So there's
Well,
some.
but then I have questions for your grandma. Now, because, well, we know that. Now, they say the other part, the bell area, they say gravity takes, how like gravity takes over for us
Yeah.
in this area. They say that part of men, gravity happens. There was this guy that he would go to my aunt's bed and breakfast. Okay.
Mhm.
There was I think it was his daughter or his stepdaughter. She would come, and also it was her mom and dad. All right. So
Mhm.
we'll go with that. And his were low, and they would touch the water in the toilet, and they would call them hanging baskets.
Stop it.
Why do we have that information that she would tell this information, but we all found that information out? But yeah,
That's
it would touch the water.
insane. That's
So
insane.
hanging baskets is what she referred to it as. So my question is, does this happen to the majority of men? Is it the same thing with gravity, like with us,
Oh
like after having
my.
children? So do all their balls
Well,
do
you
that?
better start measuring Daniel and let us all know.
Just made me laugh so hard. And she the lady, and she was so funny because I met her a few times because she would come often to my aunt's bed and breakfast because in the fall it was always a big time up there because it's the Pennsylvania wilds, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the things with that. And then she loved my cousin, the oldest cousin, because they would have been similar of age at that point.
Yeah.
And she would make comments of when she seen him about what happened to her body. And I was
Wow.
like, I don't want to know that information. But people are hilarious. Oh my God. See, we've learned something now today. We learned now if you're having a 50th wedding anniversary or special occasion, you can get something sent by either the president or by the presidential office or by congressmen's or whatever. And we learned that there's your grandma got unsolicited dick pics. And then I know that there's hanging baskets.
Poor Gemma when her episode starts that we've talked about all this.
You need to record your grandma. You need to have her tell some of these tales because I
know.
think they would be hilarious.
And that was after getting a couple drinks in her. So I'll have to, next time we go down to San Diego, I'll have to take her out to dinner and do that again.
Well, have you seen this girl that's on Instagram? She likes kind of like the 70s kind of thing. She sings and she has a cookbook out. It's Stand By Your Pan. That's her cookbook. But she does a whole series is My Grandma is a Hooch. And her grandma, and she talks about all like her grandma's 5 husbands. And they've all, like some of them they haven't found. And stuff, and some of them have mysteriously died. But she talks about all these different things, and her grandma was quite the lady. And she just her grandma had just passed away now here recently, so I was so glad she was able to do all these videos. It's not her grandma talking, but it's all the stories from her grandma. Yeah. So you have to go check her out because it cracks my heart inside when she tells the stories of her grandma. So hey, everybody, we will be right back. With Gemma.
Yay! She's coming.
It is time to welcome our absolute rising star of a dark romantasy world into our screens. Welcome, Gemma Vale. Welcome to the podcast, ma'am.
Thank you for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. It's been a writing day, so it's been a nice kind of decompressing day. It was meant to be a PR box day, so I'm a bit gutted that I didn't get a chance to do that, but it's been a nice-ish day anyway. So yeah, it's been good, thank you.
Now your book comes out not very far away. It's what, July 10th, correct?
It is, because now I can hold it. It's in my house.
Oh, so exciting.
I want one so bad. And the audiobook is done and pre-orders are ready. And
correct.
Where do we find the pre-order, by the way?
Say that again, sorry.
Where do we find the pre-order for your audiobook?
So apparently the US Amazon doesn't like pre-orders for audiobooks. Who knew?
Wonder
Who
why.
knew? So yeah, anywhere else can pre-order the audiobook, but the US just cannot, I'm afraid. So you kind of have to wait until July 10th.
Okay. And then what about the physical book?
So yeah, paperback and ebook are now available for pre-order, which is amazing. The hardbacks are taking a little bit longer just because Jodie, the book artist, we're having so much trouble with Ingram Spark with the template to get the book cover up. And it's just the sizings have to be so particular. And every time we upload, it takes 2 days for them to come back and say, no, it's not right. So then we have to try and fix it and hope for the best. And it's been weeks, absolute weeks. So hopefully she's back from holiday this week and the hardback pre-orders can be done. And then that's one last thing to, worry about.
Yeah. So exciting.
It's exciting. Yeah. I know it feels down to the wire, but it'll get done. You'll do it.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be like this. I knew it wasn't going to be straightforward. I knew it was going to be, days later. I mean, my PR boxes were supposed to have gone out a week or two ago, and I'm still like the proof copies are still waiting to come. The envelopes or the packaging is still waiting to become. And I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll come when it
Yeah.
comes, and they'll get sent out when they get sent out. I've got 4 weeks. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah.
Well, and your audiobook journey has been quite a journey. I guess journey is the right word, because you ended up going into a studio. And how does it feel to have it all done after you recorded?
Oh, it was, I think, the hardest thing I've ever done in this whole journey, mainly because it's so far out of my comfort zone. I'm not someone who has done any form of radio media or anything like that at all. And it was only from the confidence of people hearing me share snippets that they were like, you should do the audiobook. So I was like, okay, I'll try it. And then trying to do it myself and realizing immediately that that was not going to be the right thing for me to do. Jamie at Echo Studios has been absolutely amazing. He literally sits there and listens to me for hours talk about the book. And now that it's done, I've literally been speaking to him this evening. He should send me the files tomorrow so that I can upload everything. And then that's it. And it's like the biggest hurdle to get through has been done. And I feel like that is it. I'm done now. Everything else is going to be much, much easier to deal with.
Yeah. And not everybody does an audiobook right away. And so that is in itself a huge feat that you have already gotten that done before the physical has even released. So you are way ahead of the scale, even though it feels so chaotic.
Yes.
You're ahead.
It's do you know, and like I had an idea that when I was going to go down this journey of self-publishing, I was like, I'm going to do it to the best of my ability, and I'm going to try and make sure that everyone who likes to enjoy books in any medium, whether that be audio or whether that be ebook or physical, they can all enjoy the release date. And I just thought I have to make sure that everyone can get that, which is why I haven't gone through Kindle Unlimited, so people that do read on Kobos or anything like that, they can still access it. People that don't want to necessarily listen to Audible, they can also listen to it. So I'm not signed into a 7-year contract with ACX.
Yep.
So I wanted to make sure that if I'm doing it, I'm going to give it my absolute best. And I knew it was going to be a hectic 4 months. But I was thinking, even when I was having trouble with the audio book, I was like, at no point was there an option to go, this isn't happening. It's happening. It's just, when am I going to get it done and how am I going to get it done? So I wanted to make sure that everyone was able to get involved in launch day, and to make sure that no one was having to miss out or no one was having to wait at any point.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
That is amazing. Oh, absolutely.
And I have started your book, and I'm about like 30% in, where she has gone somewhere else. So I'm like at this like pivotal point in the book. I'm like, oh my gosh, I really want to continue, but now that the audiobook is done, I'm like, do I wait and immerse myself, or do I reread? So
you
I
got
think
the
I'm going to keep
arc,
going.
Heather?
I have the arc, yes.
Yes.
And I love it so much that I want to continue, but I love Gemma's voice, and I
Yeah.
know I would get even more immersed into that. And your lyrical writing and your descriptions are so good that I just know like it's a good like read along. For anyone that does immersive reading read alongs, this is a great book for that. So and I love that it's Gemma's voice, and
Yeah.
she's doing the characters, so we know like how they're supposed to sound and how the writing is supposed to like beat in that,
Yes.
kind of way. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it, Gemma.
I'm not going to lie. I'm over the moon to hear that, but I'm also terrified because, audiobooks nowadays, they're either fully immersive or they're, what's it called when you've got the all of the backing
Graphic.
soundtrack? And I'm like, I'm technically competing against these, professional narrators, and here I am, never before doing anything like this. And so I am a little bit worried that I'm not going to sound as nice as what, a professional would sound, but also money. I couldn't
Gemma?
afford to spend 50. Oh, yeah.
You are a professional now. You've done it.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I thought you were going to say I cut off then.
No. Count yourself as a professional. You have done it. So now reword what you're about to say.
Thank you. Yes. No, I'm not normally a negative Nancy, but I just thought, you hear so many amazing people talk, and I couldn't afford to have them. And so getting the confidence from people to say, you need to do it yourself. I was like, okay, I'm going to give it a go and try and read it to the best of my ability and see, I've never done a male voice before, let alone having to do 6 male voices. So that alone terrified me. But hearing that you're really excited to do an immersive read gives me some confidence that hopefully people will like it too.
Well, and you worked with Jamie, so he's got your back. So he's going to know, like, hey, this voice doesn't sound the same throughout, or here you need a different pitch. Like, I'm sure he coached you, he helped you with all of that as well, which a lot of people don't actually have, is like that coach. So that was a good move, I think, with also editing. I don't know how audiobook people edit all of that and get all the white noise out and different clicks or things like that they do. Like, I was with you on this journey because I was like, I don't know how to do any of this stuff. So please, like, let us know. So I love that you went to the studio and did that. And I'm sure it was a lot quicker and faster for you, and you could feel better about the production too. So
It was
I think
just
it'll be great.
nice showing up and then just being like, right, okay, let's get reading. And it was like, okay,
Yeah.
let's read, see what it sounds like. Is it all right? Okay, yeah. Is my tone and my
Yeah.
register staying the same across numerous days? And he's like, yeah, brilliant. And then it's like, okay, see you, bye. Don't need to worry about it
Yeah.
now. Bye. You do the editing, okay? And that in
Yeah.
itself was that was worth the money. I mean, it was £200 a day to use his studio, which is actually a cheaper rate than anywhere else I could find. But I was on a deadline to try and get it done, and so I just had to go with someone and just knew that I had to fork out the money and hopefully recoup that back at some point with sales. But it's been the best money, just like the book cover, really. It's been the best money that I've spent so far, because hopefully, I mean, just listening back to the things that he's shared with me, it sounds like a proper audiobook, which just blows my mind.
It's exciting.
Now, how many days did it take you to record?
So he was anticipating that because it's around 16 hours of reading, it might take around 5 days, but we got it done, including the opening and end chapters. And I've got a snippet of the next book at the back of this book. So a chapter of that, and he was expecting it to be 5 days, and we did it in 3. So we actually
my gosh,
completely smashed through it. Yeah.
See?
Which obviously is nice, because
already.
then you're saving, I'm saving 2 days worth of money there, which is amazing. So yeah, I really tried to, as soon as I got in, I didn't have lunch. I just smashed it out for 4 or 5 hours, or some days I think we did a 6 or 7 hour day, and I just had to get it done. I was like, I'm on a deadline. I just tick a box. That's it. Move on to the next thing, It's great.
That's so neat. That is absolutely neat. I love watching you on Instagram. I love watching you through this whole journey and stuff. But I have to tell you, though, my absolute favorite thing that you do is when you're Gran and you put the filter on with the glasses. You crack my heart every single time, and I laugh so hard when I watch them.
Love your personality.
Yes.
It comes through on your videos. I just know we'd be besties if I lived over by you.
I really feel like people probably find my account so jarring, because here I am writing these really serious, dark passages, a lot of grief and trauma. And then on the flip side, I'm like this wacky person showing my personality. But I mean, there is a method in my madness. I want to show people the real me. And, as much as my husband will probably say that I'm not very funny, I seem to film myself very funny. But I just thought, with social media, I always treat it like, or as soon as I came on social media in September, I treat it like a sales funnel. So I'm like, right, I've got this big pool of people here that love reading and writing. How can I capture their attention? And I was like, right, I'm just going to be myself and show myself in these really funny ways, but making it niche specific, so making it readers and writers. And it's like, right, once I've captured their attention, then it's like, oh no, I'm actually a writer too, and this is everything I'm doing. And it's like filters all the way down to hopefully, them buying my books. At the end of the day, this is a business, and I'm really trying hard to treat it like that, but also having fun with it. Like the amount of book accounts that I see that are so serious, that, taking the star ratings very serious. They're all very, some of them are quite negative, and I'm like, I don't want to be that person. I want people to come to my space and feel like they can have a laugh with me. They can share their grief. They can share their trauma. We can connect on a much deeper level other than just the humor, So I'm hoping that is coming across in that way.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Absolutely. I absolutely enjoy your account through it all. But and also seeing and watching you go through the whole process of self-publishing your book, and you talking about what goes into self-publishing, and then seeing you go through your audiobook journey. That has been, I mean, I absolutely love it from a reader's standpoint, seeing that. And I think also with the audiobook being that you are reading your book to us, I think that will be such a wonderful experience for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah, like Heather said, it'll be read
Mm.
as it should be read out loud. So that is very unique and neat. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, but I will not be listening to it.
No.
Not at all.
I mean,
No.
you've already listened to it in a way.
Mhm.
Oh my God. Jamie said to me, he was like, do you want me to share some snippets with you before I finish, just show you little snippets of things that I've already edited? And I was like, no, I'm good.
No.
Whatever I put up on social media is enough. That's
Yeah.
fine.
I was going to say, you could definitely like grab some clips and put them on social so we could like amp up the audiobook and share it with everyone.
Yes. So when he sends me the final files tomorrow morning, I need to, because I didn't realize this, but when you upload audio files onto, say, ACX or In Audio, who deal with like Apple Books or any other audio medium, you have to upload every single chapter, even the opening credits, even the blurb at the back, or the acknowledgements, all are separate. So I've got to upload effectively 120 separate files onto 2 platforms tomorrow. So once I've done that, I'm going to take some of the snippets that I think will be quite nice and then share them on social so people can hear the finished product of what is the audiobook.
Yes. I would love that. Just saying.
But no,
tell
I
us
think that'll be
about
neat.
your so tell us about your main characters in the book and their journey.
So because I'm a discovery writer, I don't really know about them until I'm writing them. And I'm like, I have a general idea of what the kind of characters are going to be like when they start out. Like, this is this person, this is how they are, this is the way that they're feeling. And then it's like, right, what journey are they going to go on and how are they going to develop personally? And so I don't have a clear mind of what that person is at the start. But for Daughter of the Night, it was very much, I don't think I realized just how much of myself I poured into Seren, the female main character, in that, she's dealing with a lot of darkness. She's possessed by something, that's inside of her. She can't control certain things. And I really wanted to make her journey one about, although there is darkness in her, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's a bad thing. And also that you kind of have to go through it to get to the other side. And I really wanted that to be her journey. So that was Seren in a nutshell. And her writing passages are very much, they're heavier on the lyrical side. So the poetic prose is heavier and denser. Whereas Kael, the main male character, I wanted him to be different. I didn't want him to be the typical broody shadow daddy. I wanted him to be intellectual. I wanted him to have glasses because, glasses can be quite hot too, And I also wanted him to not have the relationship with Seren where he then encapsulates her and that she then loses her personality. I wanted him to be almost like in the background. Like, he's there, but this story is about this person and she is going through it. And his journey is for another book, So I definitely wanted to make sure that they had their own identities, but that he wasn't overshadowing her in any way. And so he's just there to enhance her story until we get to, book 2 and book 3 further on down the line.
Okay.
But then I've got the evil characters are the characters that I most enjoy writing, mainly because they can be, your most unhinged thoughts can go into these people, and you've got people that are conniving, you don't really know what they're like, and you've got people that are from the get-go, what their personality is. So I wanted to have evil characters but show them in different lights, so they're not all, this is an evil person. It's like you want to question their identity and are they really evil or are they just misunderstood, So I wanted to make sure that they were also very different and unique in their own journeys as well.
Yeah, because who I have met so far, Kael has one chapter in the beginning, and I've met him later on, but not in his own point of view again. So we're still with Seren. Sorry, I say names really wrong. In my head, they sound right, and then I say it out loud, and it's very wrong. That's why I'm not an audiobook narrator. But anyways, with Ceres, but yeah, like she goes through it in the beginning. I mean, she is like, I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, there is a lot of darkness, and she's dealing with darkness while hiding as well. And I love her. What is the old lady's name in the beginning?
Yara.
I love her. Yes, love her. And I feel like she's a big character. And then we meet Kael again kind of later on in this hunt of a sense. And he is kind of like a villainous character right now. But I feel like there's something else to him. Like we know he's a main character, right? So like we know things might evolve, but I don't see that right away. Like I'm like, damn, he's mean. Like this guy's a brute. So I'm excited to read more about him. And the glasses and
Oh,
yeah.
the glasses. I didn't want to make him a brute in the sense that he's what's the word that people say when they're
Grumpy.
Or no, like he's he's abusive. I didn't want him to be coming across as abusive and then,
Right.
that's okay behavior, you know?
Right.
I wanted it to be like he's that way inclined, but not in a physical sense, but more in a mental sense, I suppose. Like I didn't want to glorify that type of behavior in this book. You know, that's not what this book is about. I know there are books that are out there like that, but this was more, he is dangerous in his own way, in an intellectual way, rather than in a brute force kind of way, you know?
Yes. I don't want to spoil anything. So I don't know like how much more I could really describe about what I've seen. But yes, like he is forceful, but because of what his character is in a sense. But yeah, I didn't see like that kind of abusive nature. It's just like it's his title.
Strong. So like a strong personality.
Yeah, but
In a way.
he is somebody. He's like his title is
Got it.
something. So
Okay.
yeah,
It's so hard, isn't
so
it?
it makes
It's
sense
so hard.
to his job.
Yes.
It's his career. Okay, it's hard in him. But it's
So
very
what
good.
I will say is we will know more about him so it's meant to be book 1.5, which was a prequel novella, but because when this came through, I was like, this is a really small book. And if it was a prequel novella, it would be half. And I was like, that is tiny. So he is probably going to have a proper book. So he will officially be book 2. And we will know all about his journey leading up to meeting Seren. So you'll have a better understanding of who he is, what drives him, and his fascination with certain things as well in the background. So we'll get to know him a little bit more, but then he obviously changed. He doesn't obviously, because you don't know. You don't know until you finish reading it.
Tell us
You don't know. I'm like, he goes through. So I always treated this as something like Game of Thrones or a darker version of ACOTAR, where you've got all of these characters. They've all got their own separate arcs, but they all kind of intermingle in the same storyline. And so he's got his own journey that he needs to go on. And I'm really excited actually to start writing where he's going to be for what will now be book 3 for the next goddess. So yeah,
Love
I
it.
can't say anymore, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Now, how many books do you anticipate being in this series? You are talking about 3 of them, but are you going beyond that?
So there will technically be 4 because Kael has his own. And depending on how people find the last book, so book 4, there could potentially be another prequel or like the penultimate thing, like a war, a penultimate war. But because ideally I'd like to give each goddess her own story, and I wouldn't want to combine a war with a goddess in the same book. I'd like to give her her time to shine and have her own journey. And so I am trying to write this series within other books that I'm writing. So I'm kind of doing a Rebecca Yarros where I'm like, oh, there's going to be a contemporary romance. Oh, there's going to be the next installment of Onyx, the Empyrean series. So I'm trying to give myself a bit of a break from the world, because it is really difficult to go from being so engrossed in it to then stepping out and be like, oh my God, I need to get back in that headspace. And my mind is almost like, I'm just not there yet. I need to get this other character from my psychological horror out before I can get back into that world.
That sounds awesome. I was going to ask if you have other workings going on. Most people do, which we don't understand how you keep all of that straight up here, but that's amazing.
I don't know how
Psychological
it's doing.
horror. All right, I'm down.
Yeah. So think witchy vibes mixed with bullying, mixed with a lot of death. A lot of death. Yeah.
Sacrifices and such, or just
Who knows?
hey, I don't
Who
like
knows?
you off.
Yeah. It's so weird because I had this concept and it immediately came to me, and the first opening scene came to me and I was like, oh my God, I need to write this down. And this character will not leave me alone. And I feel like I just need to get it out. But I've already had the first 3 chapters read by an agent, and they want the manuscript before it's finished. So that could potentially be my in for being traditionally published. But I'm enjoying the self-publishing route. So who knows what's going to happen. But in the meantime, I've got that going on. I've got a duology that will not leave me alone as well. That's more dark fantasy, romantasy. And that's a male main character. So I wanted to do it from a different perspective. Yeah. So I wanted.
That's so cool.
Yeah. I'm hoping that I can nail a male voice because I'm having experience with doing that with Daughter of the Night. But there's just so many things going on. And then I've had another work in progress come to me and I'm like, what is going on, Gemma? Concentrate on the things that you've got before you start moving on to other things. So yeah, there's a lot going on at the minute in my head.
Now, I have a question now. Throughout now your series that you have right now, the one that's coming out here on the 10th, and anything of the other books that you're doing, how spicy are your books? Are you a fade to black? Are there, scenes that we know things? What is your spice rating for your books?
So Daughter of the Night is 0 spice. It's like a smidge. There's like a smidge of something maybe, coming further along down the story. Yeah. And then the next book, I almost said it then. I'm so glad I didn't. The Next Goddess. It's so difficult. That is like 5. It's so different. And I can't wait to start. I've already written her first chapter and I'm just like, yes, that is the vibe that I want.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's going to be like, whoa, different character, different goddess, different perspective. Her journey is so different. I mean, Seren is very much timid, she's hiding, whereas this girl is, people come to her for something and she is the girl. And the opening scene, the opening scene is spice. So it hits you in the face.
I do love a book like that every once in a while.
I do as well.
That sounds awesome.
I mean, I shared it to my sister-in-law, who's also my PA, and she was like, "Yeah, we need to be careful of it because it might be verging on porn." And I was like, "Nah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Nah, it'll be fine." Trigger warnings that's good.
Whereas, say, the next goddess, the outline is already planned for her, the last one. Hers is very much there's already a relationship and there's a bit of spice, but then it's lovers to enemies. So that's very different as well.
Oh.
I do like that too. Some betrayal, or is it something else?
It's a betrayal. Yeah.
I like that. I don't know why, but that always gets me going. I'm like, oh, dang, how are they going to come back from that?
Yeah.
Ouch. That one's bad. I like it when it's really deep hurt. I can't believe they did that.
So this will be like an established couple and, she's very different from Seren and the Next Goddess. But yeah, she's different in her own way. She's got her own trauma that she's having to deal with. And then all of a sudden she's betrayed by someone who's meant to be the love of her life. And then she has to go on her own journey as well as dealing with a possession as well. So yeah, I really wanted to make the goddesses very, very different, have their own personalities, their own journeys. But yet they're all intertwined and it's all based on women empowerment and, dealing with stuff head on. The men are there to support their characters' journeys, but they get involved and there's spice and there's romance. So yeah, the next book will be really, really fun to write because it's so different to Seren.
Awesome.
Now, how about your thriller? Is it going to be spicy in it, or is none of that kind of stuff in that particular book? Since You said it's going to
No.
be.
So this one is about a young girl who's getting bullied. And I really wanted
Okay.
to, in all my books, I want to try and tackle some form of something that people have probably dealt with. And, I've dealt with bullying, not to this extent, but I wanted to show people that it happens. You're not the only person, but also doesn't define who you are. And so this girl is young. She's in school and she's coming up to 18. And there's not really, there's male characters in there, but this is her. This is her getting revenge. It's
Hmm.
very much. I don't know if you've ever watched the film Carrie from
Oh,
like
yes.
way back when.
Yes.
So think those kind of vibes mixed with
Yeah.
Wednesday.
Ooh, yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
I like that.
So this is why she just will not leave me alone. But the duology, that is very much romantasy. That is, there's stuff going on. There's stuff,
Oh, I
lots
like
of
it.
stuff.
Well, I like
Yay.
it. And you have a lot of things on your plate. You are a busy woman, I have to say.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be able to do it without my husband who's he's supporting me from afar because he's in America at the minute. But, he allows me the time and the freedom to be able to explore this. And, I mean, I wouldn't be here without him really. So,
Yep. Book
And not
husbands.
only are you an author, but you're a mom and a wife.
Yes.
So, and you're doing all these things.
Yeah.
So that you can kind of connect with some of your readers. And I know you have a lot of reels up and stuff, but tell us just about you a little bit. Like what was before writing and what are like some of your favorite books?
Hobbies.
Yeah.
Okay. So I was in finance for 10 to 12 years and I hated it. I was an accountant / financial analyst. So that's where I kind of get my geeky, analytics from. And I got kicked out. I got pushed out when I was pregnant with my first child, who's now 8. And we decided as a family, because we've got no family support here, my parents are dead, my in-laws live abroad. We were like, we can't afford like full-time childcare and trying to, manage me working. So, we decided that I wasn't going to go back to work. And 6 months later, I got pregnant again, fun times. That was not expected. But here we are with a 15-month age gap between my 2 children. And then since then, I retrained as a personal trainer. I did women's health, so specializing in core and pelvic floor, because I had issues myself with diastasis recti. And they said I needed surgery. And I was like, no, I'll fix it myself. So I retrained and then taught other women and then realized that wasn't feasible with 2 kids. And then I got pregnant again, which just wasn't an option for us to go down that route. So unfortunately, we terminated. But it was just, right, I need to figure something out. I need to do something for me. It's now my time. And so I was like, what can I do? And for about 2 or 3 years, I really struggled mentally until last year when I sought therapy and had, was it called hypnotherapy? And after 4 sessions of that, she was like, you don't need to be here anymore. You're fine. You can go back. And if you need me, let me know. But she was like, you've completed therapy. So I was like, excellent, brilliant. And then I decided, okay, there was a fork in the road. I love cooking. I have a real connection to food and cooking with my mum who passed away. And I was like, I'm either going to grow a social media account where it's about reliving people's food memories. So say, oh, my mum used to cook me this. I would get people's recipes and I would cook them for them to help relive, the loved ones that have gone. And then I was like, I'm either going to do that or I'm going to write. Now, bear in mind, I'd only written for a year before that because I tried to write a dystopian that didn't work because I was trying to plan it too much. And so I was like, which one would I feasibly have time to create content for? And I was like, I know, I'll go down the writing route. And then September 2025, I came on social media. I started vlogging every day, writing for 30 days to get Seren's story finished. And that's just kind of it, really. And I love reading. I love reading anything. I'm not really a romantasy person because I cringe a little bit at romance. But I know, hate me all you want. But I really like, so I love Carissa Broadbent. And when I read her Daughter of No Worlds, I was like, oh my God, the way that she combined someone possessing someone else, I was like, yes, that's where the vision came for Seren. And so they're the kind of vibes that I like to read. But hobby wise, I mean, I love embroidery. Embroidery.
You and Heather both.
There, I have
Oh,
my.
really? Oh, no way. No way.
There's. You see mine?
Oh my
It's a
gosh,
little bookworm from a book.
that's so cool.
I tried. It actually it doesn't look that bad, but I would like to try more when I have time.
It's the time. Yeah, it's so much the time, isn't it? But I love Lego. I love coloring. I love gaming. You know, I'm not really a overly social person, so anything that's kind of involving being at home in my own
Mhm.
environment or with my kids, I love. Or I exercise quite a bit. I weightlift, so it's either that. You know, I'm a very simple person,
Yeah.
kind of.
Do you have ADHD? Because that's a lot of
Well, do you know what?
hobbies. Like me.
Yeah, so it's funny you say that because I shared a story that was like, oh my gosh, I've literally got 2 stories up at the moment and I'm writing in between stories. I'm flipping. And someone was like, quite a lot of people said to me, do you have ADHD? And I was like, no, I don't have ADHD. I think I've got ADHD. Yeah, I really do.
That's why I'm such a mood reader, because I could be
Yeah.
like in the middle of like a war scene in a fantasy novel and be like, "Whew, all right, this is good, like love it, but sometimes it's like a little overwhelming senses wise." And then I'll be like, I'm just gonna, start casually this book for a little bit, just get my head out of the game, and I'll come back. And I'm so back and forth. Like I sometimes read like 3 books at one time, and I could do like audiobook while I'm driving the kids to school, and that's a completely different book. And then come home and Kindle something, and then like physical read something else. I'm like all over the place. It's just my mind. It just like has to take those like weird breaks. And then I mean, I love everything I'm reading. It's not that I don't like this book. It's just, no, my brain just telling me like, okay, that was really cool. Let's find something else really cool.
See, I
Yeah.
can't do
No,
that.
that's fine.
I have to read one book at a time.
Mm.
I can't do multiple things. But I do agree with you on the thing of being home. We are very much a homebody kind of family, except here recently, just the last few weeks, my husband and I have been doing some antiquing together.
Yeah.
We've been going to the peddlers malls that are here, and I've been looking for depression glass, especially green depression glass, because it's called Vaseline glass, or uranium glass it's called, because if you put it under UV light, it glows. And so I've been looking for
Cool.
that. But I've gotten him to do it. It shocks me. I did not think I could get him to do it, because my husband's a very big on gaming and that kind of thing. That's his personality. He likes to do that. And something, I don't know, he enjoys it with me, and he likes
That's
going now.
great.
And I think what have we been to? Like 5-6 places here in the last like couple weeks? Amazing. It shocks my brain that he wants to do this with me. But so that's my fun thing. But yes, I agree with you. I love being home. That is, I'm not, these two have more the traveling bug. They like to go a lot of places. I'm just not big on people. I always tell them I don't like big crowds. I don't like it.
For an experience. I love seeing like culture and eating different foods and experiencing that, seeing architecture, because it's so different throughout the world. And even nature is. So I enjoy that aspect of traveling. Am I freaking out the whole time about like agendas and do I have my passport with me and is it in the right place? Yes. Like I'm terrified I'm going to lose something on my European trips, but we get it done. It's fun, but it's stressful in a sense.
I like to go see historical places and things. Just I like things where there's not lots of people. You know what I mean? I just can't do crowds. Like when it's Christmas time, the holidays, you know how the stores get like insane and there's tons of people. I don't want to do it. I get panicked, and I get real hot, and I have that, flight feeling and stuff. Like I can't do it. So that's why most like Christmas and stuff I do online, because
same.
I can't do it. I can't do crowds. So I like to be home in my own Little cocoon. That's me. And
Gemma,
these two with the travel bugs.
yeah.
Yep.
I have with that. You don't have to like give away anything because I don't want you to put yourself at risk, like your location wise. But I have family in like Nuneaton, Kent, Coventry. Whereabouts are you over there?
So I'm originally from Coventry, but
You
I
are?
relocated with my husband. Yeah. Because when I was working, I used to work for Jaguar Land Rover, and I
Well,
relocated from.
so did my uncle.
Oh, no way.
Yeah.
So I used to work near Warwick or like Gaydon way, and then my husband was working kind of nearer London, so we were like, oh, central, we'll kind of meet in the middle. And then so yeah, we relocated, or I relocated from Coventry, so I'm about 30 minutes away from London, so I'm not far.
Okay.
Nice.
That's awesome.
You said your husband's over here in the United States for a while working.
What state?
Now, have you
Yes.
Now, have you been over here to the United States then as well?
Yeah.
No, we're looking at maybe moving to the US,
To
potentially.
the U.S.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh.
I mean,
So
he's
is he from-
he's got
Is he from the States or is he? Oh, no, he's not. Okay.
No, so he just works with a lot. I mean, all of his clients are pretty much based in America. And so he's just like popping over there whenever he can. But this is his longest trip so far. It's only 12 days. I say only 12 days, but 12 days feels very, very long, you know?
Yeah, it's a
Oh
lot.
my God.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a lot. But no, yeah, we are considering potentially moving because it's just easier for him with work. And, you know, like he works really long hours because he's working a lot of the time New York hours.
Yeah.
And so by the time he's home, it's like 8 p.m. and then he eats and then sometimes he'll go back to work until 1 a.m. So it's just, you know, it's not the greatest dynamic, and the UK just doesn't feel like the best place to be at the minute. So yeah,
Right.
it's something that may be on the horizon. And he's in Chicago at the minute, and he keeps showing me I think
Nice.
he's by Lake Michigan, and I'm like, oh my God, that's
Pretty.
so nice.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
pier is there. I forget what number, but yes, it's very pretty.
Yeah.
I've been in the winter time though, and it's very cold in Chicago.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard
but
that.
it's really cool.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Yeah. Well,
Is that?
do
Oh,
you
I was
have
just going to ask, is that? Oh, you go ahead, Heather. Go ahead. I was
Do you
just going to
have-
ask where she's going to move to.
That's where I was gonna say.
Oh, that's what I
Do you
was
have a
thinking. Nice.
location in mind?
No, I don't think we do. It's just we only moved into this house like almost 2 years ago, but my husband's one of those where he does something and then within a year he's got an itch. He's absolutely got ADHD, by the way. He's got ADHD.
Okay.
Like without a doubt, he's got ADHD. I'm like, I don't have it, you have it. But now I'm thinking, maybe we both just have it. He's just got a more advanced version of it than I have.
Right.
Or we're just not on the same page. We're on different pages. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can have a conversation with him and then he's just like, he's gone. Or he starts talking to you about something that you're like, what? You're just having a conversation in your head and now you're verbalizing it. That is him. But he's very much a person where he'll buy a car within a year. He's like, oh, I need a different car now. And you're like, oh my God.
Oh.
Or, you know, we stayed in our previous house for 5 years and that was like, because he's from an army family, he's very much used to kind of moving around. And so he's like, oh my God, 5 years is the longest time I've ever stayed anywhere. And so now it's like, oh, 2 years. Yeah, right. We should be looking to move at some point now. And I'm like, no, let's just stay.
Well, my
He's a
husband,
bloody nightmare.
we bought our house. We're 4 years in our house. And my husband told me yesterday, he said, well, within 5 years, he said, we're going to be somewhere else. I didn't know that, but he informed me of it. But he has OCD. So he cleans all the time. And we have a tree outside our house. And if it rains, you know how with a tree, it just makes stuff dirty. And so he has to clean all the time. So he told me he wants the next
Picks up
house.
the leaves.
Oh, yeah, he picks up the leaves in the yard.
He has a weed torch.
Mhm.
Yep.
He has a weed torch. He has the leaf blower. He picks the dandelions out of our yard when our yard isn't very big.
So
though.
you guys have curb appeal. He is great
Yes.
at that. So we
yes,
got the
I guess we could go
outside
with
is
that.
pristine.
I mean, that's not a bad
and he
thing.
just
That's not a
cleans
bad
now.
thing.
Well, compared to my ex-husband was very messy. He was not the clean guy. But now this one here, you know, when I first married my husband, you know, or when we were first together, this was before we got married, Like I would clean. I always thought I was a very clean person. My mom's Italian, they clean and the bleach and, you clean. But then he was following behind me, cleaning after me. And I took offense to it, because I'm like, I know I'm cleaning and I know I'm not, dirty. And, but no, it's just his mind. He has to make sure that things are done certain way. But after this many years, because like I was telling Chelsea earlier, we'll be together 17 years in July and 15 years married in September. I just let him go. I just know certain things and I just don't do them. He was up on our roof yesterday because I mowed the grass, and then when he got home, he weed eats. I don't do that. He did that, and then we torched, and then he was up on the roof cleaning our gutters, walking on our roof.
I mean,
can't do that.
I'm all for that.
Me too.
I'd happily,
I would
have
take
him.
that.
That's fine. Yeah.
My husband waits till the last minute to do it or hire somebody. So,
Well, I can't get up there. I can't get up.
No.
I'm terrified of heights. And so, yeah, he
Okay.
was up there. I held the ladder.
I just
and
don't
then,
want to. All the spiders. Ugh.
Yeah.
No,
And,
not a
and
thing.
he was under, well, it's because he knows it's going to rain today. And we have 2 trees on either side of our house, and they kind of go over the top of our house, kind of. And there's leaves dropping. You wouldn't think in the summer, like so many leaves would
We
be
do.
dropping, but they are here, and it
Yeah.
was clogging up our gutters. And so
Interesting.
he was on the roof.
Hmm.
You should see him, and he gets up there and with Crocs. That is what was on that man's feet. He had Crocs on. I said, "You're going to fall off the roof." Men. Also, just a side note, I've told you all before, but the reason why anybody's having major allergies right now, it's the
Yeah.
overpopulation of male trees. That is what's causing our allergies.
We take
That's what-
back in this as well. No, all my kids are waking up with a cough, and it goes away at the end of the day or the middle of the day, I mean. But my husband's been snotty and looging and stuff like
Well,
that. And
I made my oldest, he takes allergy medicine now, and he's
yeah,
been
I've
doing
been
better.
having to.
I got him
Crazy.
Zyrtec, and
Yeah.
that's what's been working for him. I have been sneezing a whole bunch too, and I don't have any allergies. I just, again, men, overpopulation of men trees. So there you go. There's that information.
Who knew?
Well, I hope if you move over, if you do get to move over here, you move somewhere close to all of us, because we're scattered about the country here. Heather is in North Carolina.
Mhm.
I am in Kentucky, and Chelsea is in California. So you have some beautiful options there.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My
But I can say,
grandparents,
California sounds pretty enticing. I'm not going to lie.
yeah. Well, so
I'm
when my
from California.
grandparents moved from Coventry, they first they went to Canada, then they went to Michigan, and then they moved out to California. So they brought my mom when she was 2, they did all that. So but yeah, California, I mean, I love it. I love it here. There are some parts that are not so beautiful as we'd like them to be.
Right?
Yeah. But it's maybe some policies could be changed in California, but
That'd be nice.
but I work at a beach city, so it is very nice. I enjoy where we're at. We're an hour from the beach, an hour from the mountains, and then national parks, are just absolutely gorgeous. Those are like
Everywhere.
5 hours away. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, see,
jealous
where
at
I'm
all.
at, I'm in
Yeah.
Kentucky, and it's again, there are some interesting people here, but it is very beautiful here, and it is much cheaper to live in Kentucky than a lot of other places. And
show
also
you
we have
around
the
if you come
Kentucky
out, though.
Derby.
Yeah.
What's that?
I said, I'll show you around if you come out.
Oh, yeah.
I can show you around Disneyland and some of the other places.
Love Disney.
I'd have to go to the Harry Potter village though. As well.
Yes.
I think the Florida one is better though.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
okay.
know. The California one only has Hogsmeade, whereas Orlando has Hogsmeade and Diagon Alley.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's bigger.
Yeah.
It's
They're
more.
in 2 different
Yeah.
parks, which
Not
I
saying-
didn't
yeah.
realize when I
I
went.
still love it, but it's small.
It
I
is.
wish it was bigger. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, which one do you guys think is better? Is it better to go to Disneyland, or is it better to go to Disney World? I have been to neither,
Well, they're different.
so I don't know.
They're
Which
just-
one do you think is better?
Have you been to World?
I haven't been
Chelsea?
to World. I've been to
Okay.
Japan's Disney
That's cool,
Sea,
too.
and that's
I
way
have not
better
been there.
than Disney
Yeah.
Sea is awesome in Japan.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that's number one. But I just love Disneyland because it's the original. So it's like you got the original castle, the original Fantasyland. It's just,
Yeah, like the
there's just
true
something about it.
history of
Yeah.
Disney is there.
Yeah.
And you could tell. Like, yeah, I've been to Magic Kingdom in Orlando, and it's more generalized for the bigger populations that come over from all over. And it doesn't have that like homey feeling like Disneyland does, that like smaller kind of hub, because like I don't like, even some of the signage and some of the rides and how they've like
How it
put
flows.
it together. Yeah. Doesn't feel as Disneyland to me. I grew up in Disneyland doing Disney things like that, so I am a little more biased, but I've been to both, and I gotta say there's just like different things in each. I mean, Orlando, you have more different parks, like different kinds of characters in each of the parks. You could spend a whole week over there, kind of thing. So it's just kind of what you want to do. I love Epcot. Drink around the world is my duty when I go. It's very fun.
Well, now, and at Disneyland, do they have in the areas around it, like the places where you can live? Because like down in Orlando, they actually have the Disney towns where you can actually buy a home and live at Disney.
No,
Do
like
they have that out?
Celebration Island and all that, or whatever it's called. Yeah, no, there's none of that.
And they also have a
No.
big, like if you have like big fifth wheels, your big motor homes and that kind of stuff, they have, it's right outside Orlando. Because I was following a family, they were from, I think, like Mississippi or something like that. They sold their home and they have a big, beautiful, I mean, the fifth wheel, I mean, it's beautiful. And that's where they're living. And that until they find their house or their house is ready in
That's cool.
Celebration. And they were going
Yeah.
to live all year round at Disney.
Cool.
But see,
I
I want to
do
go to
that.
I want to go to England though, Gemma. You come out here. Let's just swap for a bit.
Yeah.
I want to
I'd
see
love
all
to
my
see
family and
England.
my cousins.
I would love
You
to
say
see
that, and
England
then
and
the weather-
Scotland and Ireland. I'd
No.
love to see it.
The weather is just so. The weather is so awful. I mean, it's been pouring down all week. But before that, we had 34. You know, I mean, that's probably, I don't even know what that would be for you guys. But we had a heat wave that was insane. And then it was like, oh no, you've had that. Now you're going to have a week worth of rain, you know? And it's just so like, summers aren't as summery as they used to be now. But I mean, London's great. You know, I go into London quite a bit because I'm not that far away from it. And it's a quick train ride in. And the parts of it are beautiful. But I guess it's like New York or wherever else you go. There are parts that are not so nice and places that you probably don't want to visit. But yeah, I do like the English heritage. But I've just never been to America. So I'd love to see what that's about because it's so big. So big.
Oh my gosh,
compared to
yeah.
here.
There's places I haven't even been, and I traveled for a long time as a nurse, like going to different states. And I thought I've been to a lot of places. I have not been to all of them.
And then it's very different here, like all the different sections. You know, you get, you know, you have New England and you have that section, and then you go into the South and it gets very hot down here. It's like the best way I can describe the heat of the South in the summer, like yesterday was 93 degrees here. It was like you opened the door and you walked outside into somebody's mouth. That's what the humidity feels like. It's like the humidity. It's the heat. And this isn't even the hot heat of summer yet. We haven't even hit that yet. And then like you go into the Pacific Northwest, it's much more like you have evergreen trees. It's mountainous. That is more of a rainy kind of area, the Pacific Northwest. And then you have the Southwest in the United States, and you have more your deserts and all that kind of stuff. Because Arizona has the painted mountains and stuff, the canyons and things like that, the Grand Canyon. You know how they have the painted ones, so it's like all different colors, the levels on the rock.
Yes.
I mean, and then you go into the Midwest in the United States and it's flat.
Yeah.
And that's where tornadoes happen. So don't move to the middle.
No, I don't want to go
Tornadoes.
there. No.
Yeah, don't go to Kansas. No.
I've lived in
Bad.
Kansas. It's its own journey.
Yes.
I've seen a tornado. So
Florida,
not for me, thanks.
hurricanes. So no Florida. Florida, unless if you're on the east side of Florida, the up towards like the Gulf, that area. I mean, they do get hurricanes, but it's a little different. But when hurricanes happen, it seems to be, Florida, hurricanes, bad. Don't go there either. There's certain places.
Just California.
But-
You just come to California. It's great.
California seems
Yep.
like your jam because
Yeah.
it's sunny a lot, like most of the time.
Yeah.
It has good weather. It's hardly
Mhm.
ever below 40 degrees Fahrenheit. I
Oh,
don't know what
ever.
that is in Celsius.
Yeah.
So,
Mm.
and it's a good time out in California. There's lots to do. It's a big state, lots to do, lots to see, lots of places to live that are nice communities. So,
Oh, yeah, there's Napa Valley, the
love
sequoia
it there.
trees.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I want to see those kind of things. The
Mhm.
only time I've ever been to California is when I flew into San Francisco because
Yeah.
I was going to Oregon,
And
so I
that's
never
not-
actually went
And
anything.
Nothing.
That's
No, I know. It was just the airport, but
Yes.
that's the only time I've
Oh,
ever
man.
been to California.
Yeah.
See,
Well,
you have lots to look forward to
you
if you
do.
decide to move over here.
I know.
Gemma, do you have anything else that you want to
Yes.
say, like for your readership or for, your debut novel coming out? Was there anything that you haven't gotten out yet?
Pre-order.
There we
Because
go.
you don't understand how much pre-orders mean. I mean, I'm trying, my pre-order reports are not working. So I would love to share stats, but I have no idea how many paperbacks I've got pre-ordered. People are pre-ordering the hardbacks. There's no printer that's connected to the background. But my pre-order reports are not working, but I'm trying to get, I think for my genre, if I get between 300 to 500 pre-orders on any medium, whether that be audiobook, ebook, paperback, I can be in the top 5 category for my genre, which
That's
is insane.
amazing.
Okay, that's our
Okay,
goal.
but yeah,
everybody.
Let's do it,
Okay.
folks.
Yeah.
it's just,
Okay.
And
it just means so much for people because it bumps you up on the
Yeah.
algorithm with Amazon
Mhm.
and wherever, and people are then seeing your book. So yeah,
Exactly.
pre-order if you haven't yet.
now, where can everybody do your pre-orders? Where do they go to your website? Where do they find that?
So the link in my bio is probably better because I've got the link set up for the US and the UK or international because people that are on Kobo's, they have to pre-order from a different area to those that are pre-ordering from Amazon. So yeah, link in my bio for everything. But yeah, just the support. I mean, even just people following me or liking things on my journey is just amazing, to be honest. That support is just, you have no idea how much that fuels me to keep going and to share my journey to help other people who are also trying to pursue this avenue.
Love
and
it.
then when your episode is up, people, you can also go onto our link in bio, and I will have her listed, her link in bio, so that you can click and find all her stuff. And also, where can they find you on Instagram? Are you on TikTok too, or are you just on Instagram?
Nope, I'm on TikTok. So it's same author.Gemma Vale. And yeah, I was on YouTube. I came off it, although I've got some of my old vlogging videos on there for people that are probably starting out or wanting to finish their first draft. You can see all my journey of that over there, but I don't post on there anymore. But yeah, I'm on YouTube and TikTok, Instagram and TikTok.
Okay.
Well, hey, thank you so very much, Gemma, for coming and visiting with us and hanging out with us. And then after your book comes out, maybe this fall, you can come back and visit us and we can talk
Yes.
more about how everything's going on your journey.
Yes.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, I'd love that. Yeah, no, thank you so much for having me, guys. I've been anticipating this chat with you all for feels like weeks and weeks, but it's
Yeah.
been so lovely to see you all.
You too.
Well, I can tell you are very lovely, and I so enjoyed our conversation, and you were the sweetest lady.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you very much, guys.
And then everybody, everybody remember to check us out at 2 Girls to 1 TBR on Instagram and TikTok. And also please go over to YouTube to 2 Girls 1 TBR and subscribe to us. We are chasing 100 followers or subscribers, I guess you would be called. But
Yeah.
otherwise, good night, everyone.
All right. Good night. Bye, Gemma.